to demand respect, to demand access, to tell theaters, to tell foundations, to tell record labels, to tell the mainstream, you've been exploiting us, or you've been cutting us out of your seasons or your televised portrayals of us. You need to do better. And so I think that that's what's coming. Of course, it takes courage and bravery to even say that to a BET
Right.
or to a CBS or Sony. It takes courage, right? But I think at
Mm-hmm.
this point where we are, it's a no-brainer because when you look at the portrayals of hip hop, even if it's like Love and Hip Hop or Hip Hop Evolution on Netflix, there's barely any dance in it, but you're calling it hip hop
Yeah.
evolution. Love
Yeah.
and Hip Hop, it's pretty much rap oriented Love and Hip Hop. There's not too much about
I
DJs or
think it's like, yeah, I think it really goes back to like this part of the conversation we're talking about the roots of this thing. Because I'm like, you can say hip hop, but a lot of people don't even know like the elements of hip hop, and
yeah,
that's where like that, those things come into play. It's like you want to say hip hop evolution, but it's like, where are these elements? Where's the art? Where's the
yeah,
movement? You
yeah.
know?
Oh, I love you too. It's Ramad. I remember you. I hope you're still dancing and looking good, keeping that fire lit. Um, yeah, so I think that people who I've been talking to are ready to be respected and properly um, portrayed as dancers
Mm-hmm.
in the mainstream, but even if it's not the mainstream, just culturally in our neighborhoods, so that even if it's an Apollo theater or if it's um, just any place that presents dance, you know, that, City Center or Symphony Space or just any of these places that have historically, Alvin Ailey presented dance performances, that you include more than just one of us in your season, in your year calendar. Why is it only one time? Maybe Black History Month, or maybe it's just one time in your season that you will present a hip hop choreographer. If you look at the dance field, it seems like there's only space for one choreographer that does hip hop theater.
Mm-hmm.
And that's unfair. That's so unfair, because you know how many hip hop dancers there are? Oh my God, and you're only
And
picking
great
one.
ones, not even like we're not talking even like mediocre, like excellent, phenomenal people.
Excellent. Yeah, male and female. So it's kind of hard, when you think about what are the other lanes that are available for us. So I do feel like for me, there's a general drive and desire to open these things up. And that would also bring in a whole different audience to a lot of your theaters or a lot of your, subscribers. So y'all
I
gotta
think that
like,
also, yeah, I think once that is like the need and the call, and I can guarantee once that shift happens, that welcomes in this younger generation to take part in it, or like or like that builds the new audience. Um,
yeah, yeah. So I think that's a goal. I was trying to do some theater dance, what is it, street dance theater workshops with Gibney Studio downtown,
mm-hmm.
um, last year, August into even March of this year. It was once a month, and we would get lighting, projection, soundscape designers to come in with like TJ Rocca, who's like, Crump, dancer, Mr. Theatrics, who's a b-boy from Castle Hill, the Bronx, a few girls, like one from Harlem who's studying at Lehman College for dance, because she's a great hip hopper, but she wanted to get like the more established forms under her belt.
Mm-hmm.
And introduce these street dancers to these other aspects of storytelling using your street dance, but now using lighting or using projection behind you or soundscape, like what is it like when you dance to raindrops, things like that, just to open up, you know but it was hard because some people who would show up would be like, why do I need to do this? I got my million hits on YouTube. And
There,
I'd be like, because you need it, because later
there's a
on.
comment.
Oh, yes,
There's a
yes,
comment from Brittany. I think she's referring to a conversation about um, the lack of
yes,
choreographers
I
or
see
hip
it.
hop choreographers in a lot of these institutions. So she's saying, do you think that it's classist division or prejudice?
I think it's both. Quick and I started doing theater by ourselves, because me and him were part of another pioneering hip hop dance theater group called Get Original. He was part of it since like 89 or something. And then in 92, they did that very first hip hop theater play down on 9th Street at Performance Space 122. That was 92. I got down with the group in 94, and they did something off Broadway called Jam on the Groove. And it was great. But I think Broadway felt threatened, to be honest, and to also see how hip hop is so different in its uh, aesthetic, in storytelling, right? And I think
Mm-hmm.
it just felt like we can't have this. And that was like, I want to say 96, 97, 98. Um, and Quick and I started to, oh, lost you. Uh, oh, got you again. Quick and I started to do our own theater productions, and we got a little far there. We did Kennedy Center, we did New Victory Theater, NYLA, which was
Mm-hmm.
before DTW, DC Dance Theater Workshop. We did a little something, but again, it was always like pulling teeth. They were like, you can't do that, or you can't do that. That doesn't make sense. And we were like, just
They
wait.
definitely were threatened.
Yeah, I'd be like, just wait, see how the audience reacts. And so yeah, it was always a tug of war. And after a while, me and Quick were like, yo, just let this go. Because it seems like they are only interested in Shakespeare adaptations or the ballerina and the b-boy. And we were like, we don't want to tell that story.
And that story has been
Stories.
told for so long. Like the narrative, we've seen it already.
Yeah.
Give me something
And so,
new.
exactly. And so we were talking about immigration. We were talking about police brutality in 2002. We were talking about violence. We were talking about all these issues, and but melting in uh, hip hop and all these different styles of dance and poetry and DJing and rapping. Uh, so, we kind of stepped away a bit from theater. And we were like, let's put that on hold because there's only so much of that antagonism you can take as an artist. And we went into the community and started to train young people to battle and to do competitions and to learn the history. And then before you know it, me and Quick became professors. So, he's at Queens College, which is CUNY, and not now, I'm not working for the new school, but hopefully they'll get more, you know, uh, enrollment, and I'll get to offer that course again there. But, we've tried our hand at a lot of things, and it's hard. It's hard. And so when I tell young people, come on, let's learn how to do theater, they're like, for what? Like, I don't even see hip hop on Broadway. Like, forget them. And I'm like, no, it's just more for you, more tricks in your bag. It's more, ammunition. It's more things that options for you later. So I think that things will open up.
I
And I
definitely think
think,
it's kind of, yeah.
mm,
Sorry, I cut you off.
go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, I think in reference to like the younger generations, I definitely think it is a matter of representation that really pulls them in because um, everything is like you need to see the reward for a lot of like the younger generations. It's like how I don't see this reward, so why should I work towards this thing? Um,
And I
but I
think
think
it's
yeah,
valid. That's valid. I think I've had a few high school students that I've been like, where's your condo? Where's your car, miss? And I'm like, you see, it's not about that. It's about that I've traveled the
that.
world. People have paid my plane ticket and my hotel. I've been to so many countries. People know me. I pay my bills to dance. So I try to like,
Yeah.
redirect it. But I think it's valid what they're seeing and what they're saying. And they're like, why am I going to commit and sacrifice for this thing that, look, you haven't even gotten your reward. you know? So I get it. And yet I feel like it's coming. I feel like soon there will be a pivot and people are going to be held accountable for keeping those doors closed and for not sharing the resources. And so it's up to y'all, the people in those positions, like, y'all want to continue to be on the wrong side of things, or do you want to share the wealth already? Because we're gifted,
Yeah.
and I'm not young anymore, but they're young, they're gifted. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then my last
Oh, Judith
questions.
McCarthy. Judith McCarthy's watching. What's good, Miss Judith? She's an amazing dancer. Did you all see the Ladies of New York City music video that came out? It went
I
viral.
did.
It was
I
on our
did. I did. I
Instagram.
did. I
Well,
did.
Dance with Judith McCarthy was there. She was killing it, killing it. So thank you, Judith. Thank you. We need to reconnect, but yeah, thank you for being that powerful lady of New York City. Thank you.
While we're on that, who are some artists you're currently collaborating with or have been influenced by their art being produced in this time?
Um, I think I've been excited, by even just that music video that we did, like those women in that video, the Judith McCarty or Violet
I know
De La
Kim was in
Garza
it.
from
Kim
Eastern.
Holmes.
Kim Holmes, I'm always inspired to work with her. Um, you know, Kit Kat, Pumpkin. There were so many amazing dancers in there. Amandi, Solundi. There were a lot of powerful women who, when I see their video clips or see them in a music video, I'm like, yes, do that, because it increases their platform. And so if later they want to use it for a social justice issue, or if they want to transition and go into, I don't know, fashion design or go into something else, they have the platform, they have access, people are watching. And so that was the whole point of the dance. It was to get attention so that then I can move forward, because if I'm invisible, then I don't really get what I need. I don't get the food. I don't get the clothes. I don't get the money, really. So it's important. It's important for me to also uplift these other stories. And so Friday, I did a showcase out here in the Bronx at the Boogie Down Grind Cafe. And I shared my platform with Leah from the Bronx and her dance crew called Dreams in Motion. They performed a tribute to mothers. Beverly Lopez, who does bachata, we put her also to perform. Kim Holmes and Violeta came to speak about how they produced this music video and their journeys. Kim Holmes she does a lot of styles, like, West
Yeah.
African, house,
Again, house.
yeah, hip hop. She's been in some pretty powerful rap music videos, for Foxy, for Little Kim. So she's done the commercial run, but she's kept her foot in the underground. So that's empowering. So those are artists that, I'm excited by and that I want to uplift whenever I can. If I have, anything that I can send their way or share my platform or promote for them, I do it. So yeah, trying to support Black-owned businesses like the Boogie Down Grind Cafe is important. So those are some of the people that I'm always, excited to collaborate with. Yeah, so
Okay. What? How are you coping as a dancer and an artist right now? Um, and what does it mean
yeah.
to dance and use dance to discuss or activate conversations around issues or trends that come up or
I think I've
resurface?
always, yeah, I want to say, like, once I realized that being a woman who break dances is so, like, earth shaking, maybe when I was like 26, 27, everything changed for me. I really became a radicalized political woman. And so I was always about respect the women, and I'm not just here to have sex with you. And women work hard. And women, I don't have any kids, but women have kids. So, how are we giving them childcare? How are we providing for insurance, mental health? Because a lot of women who get pregnant, all of a sudden they get rejected and no one's hiring them. And, you know, so I think from that point forward, I always became someone who wanted to empower women
Mhm.
to showcase the best that the Bronx can give, has to offer, but also New York City. But because the borough that I'm in and I work heavily in is the Bronx, I've always tried to challenge the stigma that we have, that we're all gangsters, criminals, illiterate, prostitutes, strippers.
Which
There's
is
so
a
much
very
more.
false narrative that has been like developed over time, which is not the fault of any of a lot of the community members or the people who like live in that space, which is like a direct um a direct thing, a direct cause from a lot of like government
Yes.
officials or like.
Yeah, you are so right. So why are we blaming the victims? And so anytime I go out of the country, I'm trying to say, no, we've got businesses, we have health organizations, we have a lot going on in the community. I just don't see it, you know? So I think I've always been that. I think when me and Quickstep began to do theater pieces with dance, we were always, oh, lost you completely. Ooh,
Sorry,
hello,
I think I lost
hello,
you for a
hello,
little bit.
hello.
I'm starting to hear you.
Lost
Yeah,
you.
you're good.
Are we back? Okay, I see
I
you.
can hear you.
Yeah.
I can hear
So,
you.
okay. Yeah. When we started doing theater pieces, we made sure that we used the dance to showcase emotions. So beyond the battle, because everybody likes to see us battle. So trying to show sadness, trying to show surprise, when people from other countries can beatbox, or can break,
Mm-hmm.
you know, trying to show solidarity, so we kind of always, you know, not so subtle, I want to say blatantly, put messages in our pieces, you know, and even about, women's equality, like we put that in there as well. So I think if you grew up in hip hop at the time that I did, it was political. It was political for a black man to have a microphone and and yeah, and kick his own right. He wrote his own rhymes. He was working with the DJ. There was no manager, agent. It was all independent. And so at this point, the rap that you see, it's all tampered with. It's all doctored. It's all, supervised. Um, and so it's not as authentic as it could be. So I'm coping as a dancer, knowing that what I have to offer is important. It's hard because I can't go to the gym. It's hard because I can't dance with other people. I was kind of used to at least 3 times a week going to a breaking session. I haven't done that since, I want to say, February. So it's been hard, but I also feel like everything is for a reason. And I've been reflecting a lot. I've healed some of my injuries throughout this 6-month time period. Um, and yeah, in the meantime, I've done sexual harassment panel discussions. I've joined people by the highway in that little plaza over there to practice. And,
Mm-hmm.
and concrete sessions are very different for me at my age. I'm 49, so concrete hurts. But I've managed to do simple things, you know. And so, yeah, coping, first of all, as an older woman, coping as a person who needs other people to do my dance. Hip hop is about other people. It's about gathering and the call and respond. I do something, but then you throw something down in response, and then I'm like, oh, well, I gotta do something back, and that can't happen. It can't happen now. So it almost felt like an assault, an attack on our
Okay.
way, on our culture, on our aesthetic. But I feel
But
like
you found
maybe
a
it's
way.
just, yeah, we
But
did.
y'all still found a way.
Yes, because that is how nature and how our ancestors work their magic, you know? So, but yeah, yeah, yeah. I hope I answered your question.
You
Yeah,
did. You answered them all so well. So we're wrapping up.
okay.
What is next for you right now? And let us know where we can find you.
I think what I've been working on now is something called the United Hip Hop Vanguard, which is having national discussions with leaders of the breaking community and trying to talk to them about how can we regrow the culture of hip hop within this competitive culture that we have. because at this point there's always b-boy contests, b-girl contests, but a lot of the people who are competing don't know much about the culture, and it's not their fault. You know, the major sponsors, energy drink sponsors have uh, kind of, uh, I want to say, perpetuated this very stagnant formula for us to exist in, which is you come in, you compete. If you make it to the semifinals, you can stay. If you make it to the finals, boom, you get the money, the trophy. We have a top 4, top 16. Nobody else matters. Peace. So there's no dinners afterwards. There's no talk about mental health, about who lost or who won. The pressure of being a star, an all-star, breaker. Sexual harassment, which is some of the panel discussions I've been having. So, there's no talk about generations or roots or influence, nothing, And so that's something that I've been working on since June, hoping that we'll get a website and we'll have a little bit more of a presence. And it's not being the police, it's just
Yeah.
Radiating a certain positive energy
Mm-hmm.
towards the organizers of events so that they can
Yeah.
feel like there's ownership, there's pride, there's healing, there's growth. So that you know, um, if there's a problem, we can resolve it. And if there's something that we need, well, within our community, there's someone who does this kind of work. So just tap into that so that the dollar circulates in our community a bit, and that people feel like even if they're older, they're still important.
Right.
It's not just top 4 and top 16. And all, so that's something I'm working on right now. Let's see what happens, because clearly the community has to want to jump on it and really live it. But so far people have been open-minded, they're open to it. It just takes an effort, it takes work, because we have been so used to people giving us money for this one way of doing contests. And so now we have to also hold those sponsors accountable and say, well, don't give me money for a one-off. Give me money
Yeah.
throughout the year to do these different, um, clinics or expansions of our community so that our people develop successfully, not just the top 4 or the top 16. Everyone benefits from hip hop and art. Really, it's art. It could be any type of art, but if you're developing talent, everybody should be able to contribute, and benefit. So that's pretty much where I'm at right now. Let's see what happens if New York City opens up again. you know. I've been pushing a lot about nutrition, vitamin C's, CMOS, zinc.
CMOS is the thing right now.
It is, black seed oil,
Mm-hmm.
nutrition. Your body can fight off anything that comes. You just have to know what to eat, how to fight it, how to support your immune system. So,
System.
been pushing that a lot as well. But let's see what we transition into. There's an election coming, and for me, if we can't dance, that it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
It's gonna be hard. I'm hoping that we, to some capacity, we like get into certain spaces. I know that there are some studios who have opened, um, who have like began to do like soft reopenings. But definitely we need this thing. We need it. I need it, at
Me
least for
too.
me.
I'm with you. I'm right there with you. And, if I can be of any help for y'all to promote whatever, let me know. Because if you're hurting, I'm hurting, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think there's a day of action, October 1st, October 3rd. I was just checking out Dance Rising.
Mhm.
And they want everybody to dance from 5 to 5:30, either live or video clip. Send it, because there are some dance studios that are starving right now. There are dancers that are starving right now. It's Zoom. Zoom is not enough.
Right.
We need to go back to what we were doing, and New York City is being very unfair to the dance community right now. So, oof. Again, if you need me for anything, my heart goes out to you, and
I
let's
do
build.
love
Let's
and appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know for the people watching, we will have Rokafella come back. She gave us an awesome Genesis Roots Hip Hop
That was good. That was good.
workshop. Hoping that we can make something else up this fall. Hoping that we can get back into a space so that we can learn the
Yes.
elements and get into
Yeah.
it. Someone
Yeah.
said, Crazy Freddy says, keep up the good floor. Keep up the good, my
Uh,
floor sis.
Thank you, Freddie. That's a brother I have up in Boston who also does this kind of culture work. And, longevity, we have, the older you get, like the more you carry and the more you offer, even if your community sometimes doesn't, it fails to value what you have gained. So my heart goes out to Crazy Freddie and to all of my peers, because people from my generation were there at the beginning. And wow, it's 2020. So much good has happened, and yet so much um, hasn't changed. So got to keep each other inspired. And for me, I'm excited to even be interviewed by someone like you and Kumbe Dance, because it shows that some people are aware that this culture can thrive. It's not just the TV and the radio and your YouTube hits. So I'm happy. I'm happy.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me, for bearing through
Yes,
all the technical things.
I know. I
We
know.
got through
It's
it.
okay.
We got through
We
it.
did.
Some people came, some people stopped by, said hello, they
Yes.
left.
Right.
And that's all we
Right.
could ask for people to tune in. So thank you
Right.
everyone for joining us. Thank you, Rock, again.
Yes. Yes. Let's
Um,
go. Let's stay inspired.
Peace to everyone. Stay inspired, stay safe, keep creating. You don't need a reason to create. Keep doing it.
All
Later.
right. All right. Peace.
Ah, we did it. We did it. We did it.
Hey. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Okay. I know you gotta save that, so go ahead and focus.
I know. Brittany.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, congrats on your talk too this weekend. Before I go.
Oh yeah, the panel discussion. We had a couple of check-ins that we had to do yesterday and even today and tonight at 8. I have to check in with one of the panelists because it's deep. Yeah, I mean, we get through the discussions, but then there's like things that you ruminate with afterwards, like it stays circulating, and you want clarity, you want closure, you need someone to be like, oh, don't worry about that. because it's hard, and one of the young ladies was like, I just felt stifled because you told me I can't name no names. And I'm like, I know, and the time will come for you to name names. It's
Yeah.
just right now we can't take that chance because you're pulling all of us down. We'll jump off that cliff with you, and then we don't all have parachutes, girl. We don't. So I can't uh, risk everybody's mental health.
But I do so appreciate that. It's a space. Although it's anonymous, it is a space. And it's a space where women are like upholding and holding each other, which is so important and valuable.
Yeah, yeah. So thank you for the compliment. We have one more to go in the series, and that one's going to be mostly crumpers. And a very prominent popper has just agreed to join us, Angel, who's from Kansas City, but she's been like the famous popper from America, African American, for at least a good 3 to 4 years, like top, top, top. She can take out guys. So I'm really happy that she's joining us because a lot of our famous female dancers don't want the added, the additional scrutiny, by talking about these things. Um, and yet, I've witnessed a lot of these superstar dancers go through some harassment, and so I am in a different place. You know, I can talk about it and be sensitive to the young men, but also no, we need either an apology or some restorative justice from you or something, because it can't just be that you did it and now I'm okay. No, that's not gonna fly anymore.
Right.
So I'm happy she's joining us. And, let's see what we do after, because that's 4 deep conversations that were had. Can we put up a letter, a press release? Can we do a guideline book? Um, Something. We gotta, make something solid or concrete come out of these discussions. So
Yeah.
thank you for attending or for, supporting. And who knows, maybe Kumbe Dance will have one, and be able to slowly address this thing that happens between dance teachers and students, or male OG masters and younger female
Mhm.
masters. um, but yeah, so stay in touch, Natasha. Let me
I
know
will
what's
be in
going
touch.
on.
Yeah, I'll be in touch. I got your info.
Okay,
Thank you
okay.
again. Have a good night. Cool night.
Thank you, and take care of your health, and do the bubble bath thing, and yeah.
I'm very aromatherapy. I have like a diffuser. I'm like candle person.
Yeah, good, good. Keep doing that because
I
we
have
need you.
my source. So I'm like, I know what feeds me.
Nice. And as you get older, you'll be even more of a medicine woman. You'll be like, and take this sage and take this rosemary.
That is
Yeah,
so true.
yeah, it is. I was never like that. No. I was like, oh, please. Come on, take a Tylenol. Let's go. And you look at my cupboard now. I got fresh mint, rosemary, I got thyme, I got sage. Girl. So, but I appreciate your energy and your courage. And, I pray you have more stamina and health.
Trying to keep going, man. I just got started in this race. I gotta keep going.
Ooh, yeah, yeah, for sure. So please send my love and gratitude to Natasha for me.
Brittany. Brittany.
Brittany, sorry, she was on it.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, and let's think about, the fall, and see what we can do.
All right.
Okay. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Have
Peace. Peace, peace.